Here blocking the West 7th Street Bridge. They are face to face with police. Now, this is a peaceful demonstration, but we'll keep an eye on this for you. Street Bridge. This is a live picture from Texas Sky Ranger. For several hours now, protesters have been on the bridge facing off with police. They've been in what is essentially a standoff. It's been peaceful. There hasn't been any movement, but we are now seeing some movement here on the West 7th Street Bridge. We're not sure exactly what we're seeing. We're trying to gather information here. We thought we might have seen some tear gas. We have a reporter on the scene, so we're trying to get to the bottom of what's happening here on the West 7th Street Bridge. But once again, this is in Fort Worth, a live picture on the West 7th Street Bridge, where for most of the evening, protesters and police have been in a peaceful standoff. It definitely looks like there is some sort of movement here, because all evening there has been virtually no movement. It's been the protesters and the police just standing there looking at each other. But here's some video from the ground here. We do have a crew on the scene, so yes, we will get information here.
Our Sophia Beausoleil is there on the ground, our ground crew there. They had said that for most of the night, the organizers of this protest over there had tried to get the people to leave the bridge. They wanted them to leave, but even the organizers of the protest said there was a lot of young people that were still standing around and refusing to leave the bridge at that point. But as you see now, it does look like some more are starting to leave for whatever action started happening there, Brian.
We have Sophia on the scene, as you mentioned, Vince. We'll let her gather some information, and we'll come back and we'll bring you whatever we learn here as soon as we have it.
All right. Thanks, Brian. Carroll ISD family's daughter
had threatened to damage some of the businesses in that area. Short time ago, we did see tear gas deployed. It looks like there's a person on the ground at the bottom side of the screen, potentially in custody. Earlier, Fort Worth police said one person at least was in custody after they tried to break through that line. But now you see police are making their way east down the bridge, and some officers are clearly taking someone into custody down toward the bottom of your screen there. So that's the line. It was peaceful for well over an hour as police held a line. Protesters not allowed to cross the bridge, but things have obviously escalated in the last few minutes. Of course, we're going to be following this one much more on
possibly flashbangs and others. It's a difficult shot to see right now because of the smoke. I don't know if we can take that full screen, folks, so we can see exactly what's happening there. Thank you. Again, from the smoke and what we saw earlier, a large gathering on that bridge. And for the most part, for the last couple of hours, it seemed to be fine. If you've been to these protests or demonstrations before, they're very vocal, they can be loud, they can be confrontational, but for the most part, they have been peaceful. This is an indication, at least based on what we're getting now, Fort Worth police using some kind of instrument to disperse that crowd. I can see that smoke, I can see individuals now clearing and leaving that area. We will try to get more updated information for you. Again, that is Fort Worth. They're on the 7th Street Bridge as it moves over the Trinity River. We also, by the way, have live team coverage on.
But downtown is quiet after 2 nights of peaceful protests mixed with some unrest and rioting. There are a lot of officers scattered around downtown. You can see a lot of those behind us. Emergency lights off in the distance. There's a traffic stop over here of someone being searched who's trying to enter downtown. We've seen authorities speed off to other locations every few minutes or so. Again, there's a traffic stop going on. That's why police are not allowing any cars to go through. The curfew zone includes neighborhoods surrounding downtown, but we're not finding much curfew enforcement in those areas. So far down here in downtown, more than 30 protesters have been arrested for curfew violations. We are told by Dallas police that they are taking them to jail. Clearly, authorities are using the curfew to target the protesters. Some of them expressed frustration about it. Others told us they understood it. And police tell us the curfew will continue at least indefinitely for a few more days. And from a police standpoint, it appears to be effective. That's the story here in downtown. Live in Dallas, J.D. Miles.